from the Law Firm 100 Studios, 110 million TV homes strong every weeknight. Big Biz show's on the air. Costa. Hello. Sully, and of course, band is on tap. Great to have you along. Lots of stuff to come today. Get to talk to James Mish for 22nd Century. Also, we're going to talk about LiDAR. You know what LiDAR is?
It detects if you're lying.
Yeah. No, LiDAR is very interesting. In fact, I'm going to let our next guest talk about it because it's sort of what makes it so that when your car puts the brakes on when it comes too close to another car and during let's say you're using cruise control, LiDAR is a big piece of that. But LiDAR helps with a ton of other industries, including defense. So we'll talk about that. Hey, we had Doc Shane, Halden Shane, come on a couple of weeks ago. He's the CEO of a company called TOMI Environmental Solutions. TOMZ is their stock symbol, and it's really interesting to have him talk about this razor blade business model. So we want to have him back to talk about the business, talk about really interesting sort of disinfection, decontamination business that we've never talked about before, but we got such a good email about it. We thought we'd have him back. Doc Shane, great to have you along, sir. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to us again about the business. Give us an overview for the folks that didn't catch you last time.
So TOMI is a disinfection decontamination company. We have a technology that came out of DARPA. It's a technology that is extremely fast, disinfects, decontaminates, and has a phenomenal 6 log and greater kill. So we have multiple types of products. We have backpacks, handheld units, built-in units, customized for various pharmaceutical life science companies, hospital cart for healthcare, 5 divisions: hospitality, healthcare, commercial, service, TSNs, service. Commercial is hospitality.
What makes you guys different than the next guy? What makes you guys different than the competitor? Because there's a pretty big footprint here in this industry. What makes you guys a little bit different?
So when you look at disinfection decontamination, it's measured on the log kill. So 3 log kill is 99.9, 4 log kill is 4 nines, 99.99, 6 log kills greater is 99.999. That's how you measure it. So sanitization is the 3 log, disinfection is 4 log, and disinfection plus sterilization is the 6 log. So that's how it's measured. From a competitor standpoint, there's really 3 groups. One is the 6 log and greater, which is our competitor, would be Steris and Ecolab BioQuell. And then there's a multitude of disinfection products, hundreds of them that have been categorized by the EPA. Some of them have been significantly tested. I don't think any of them is as tested as our product has been. And then you have ultraviolet, which the EPA doesn't really understand what type of category to put them in, whether it's real or not. Some of the problems with ultraviolet is it's line of sight and it deteriorates plastics. The other disinfection products, most of them are used in, let's say, an electrostatic sprayer. I think because of COVID, you've seen a lot of these. Electrostatic sprayers came along back in the 40s when they were using this to apply paint to cars. And what it did is it just didn't, the nodule particles, droplets didn't combine. And what they did is they adhered to the surface of the car. And then later on, they started to use them for gardening and for agriculture and for harvesting. And only until recently have they been applying disinfection products. Most of them never tested through the electrostatic sprayer into these different types of devices that all through COVID we've seen. Some of them have survived COVID. EPA didn't know how to handle this. They did an ethic review on electrostatic sprayers, and the public really doesn't know this, but in their review, most of the people had to be males. Females had to be tested for pregnancy because you cannot use it if you're pregnant. And a lot of them should have been wearing gloves because the toxic overspray ended up on the hands.
Wow.
So, Yeah, it's a problem. Our product, Steramist, checks all the boxes. So, we've gone through ethical studies for the EPA. We're the first ever EPA registered technology and solution, and the solution itself is the razor blade part of the razor blade model. It continually gives revenue. More machines we get out there, obviously, the greater the revenue.
Hey, Doc, when you talk about decontamination, talk about the applications here.
So the application is that we go ahead and take a low percentage hydrogen peroxide and we convert it into a hydroxyl radical, and it's aerosolized. The applications are endless. So you can put this in a car, in an ambulance, in an airplane. You can put this into life sciences, vivariums, laboratories, pharmaceutical. You can use it in hospitals, healthcare, offices, operating suites. It's used in multitude of applications, and it's endless. It's portable. You can take it and use it on a swing set. You can use it inside.
Do you know where we really need it? Have you been to a movie theater lately? Have you been to a movie theater lately? The seats of a movie theater need this drastically.
Hey Doc, we've all been in that hotel room where we never take our shoes off. How big is the hospitality sector for your business?
So it can be huge. The cruise industry, the hospitality sector, again, it's all, I think all of us listening would pay an extra $5 if we knew we were going to go into a room that the remote, the toilet seat, and everything you would touch and lay on would be sterilized.
Right. And when you talk about sterilization, because if you think in terms of that, of cruise ships, you think in terms of hotels, you think in terms of movie theaters, would it be safe to say that every time you guys use your process, we're back to ground zero when it comes to bacteria and germs and sterilization?
Yeah, they keep on growing. So as soon as people come in and they bring something in, then it lays it down and it continues. It's an ever-ending process.
Right.
Absolutely.
Which is a business model for you guys. Talk about food processing. You and I just touched the surface that last time, and I wanted to spend some time on that this time because we didn't get to it much. The pathogen outbreaks in food processing scare the heck out of everybody here, and especially in this country. Talk about that a bit.
Right. So they go ahead and they classify pathogens under A, B, and C. And under these pathogens now, there's a lot of foodborne pathogens, Listeria, Salmonella. We've partnered with the USDA. There's a number of articles that have been printed, peer review articles on our product that's out there, in space, in the internet. And, it talks about how effective we are compared to the older methods of controlling foodborne illnesses, whether it be in transportation, storage facilities, or in processing plants, et cetera.
What's next for you guys for the rest of the year?
We're going to continue the mission. We're listening to our clients. We're building equipment. We're continuing selling products, and everything looks very bright. When you look at our product, it moves like a gas.
Yeah.
It's cost effective, broad efficacy,
well,
no
it's a
wiping,
myth.
superior mirror compatibility, and 6-logger grader.
Listen, you got to come in studio. I want to have a talk about this. Thanks, Doc. Doc Shane. Doc Halden Shane, CEO, TOMI Environmental Solutions.
When you said movie theater.
No, movie theater. I was always seeing, you have one of these roll things just come down.